Darak Watches, I'm Darak. A lot of you are waiting for this video. This is the follow-up video of the hydro mod we done almost a month ago. I will say it's almost 40 days now. If you haven't watched the original video, there is a link on the top right corner or in the video description. Here I'm answering the top 10 question, which from all the comments you guys left. The first question is, does the oil leak? This include when I adjusting time or just normal wear? No, both watches are not leaking. I adjust the time a handful of times on both watches after I did the hydro mod. No oil leak so far, but there's one thing that annoys me a lot. Seems like I didn't do a good job on washing the watches after the mod. There's some oil got trapped between the case and bezel, so every time I look down at the watch, there's some oil on the glass or between the case and bezel. I have to wash it a few more times to really remove that, but no oily wrist for sure. The second question is, does the watch still works? What is the long-term effects on the movement? As you can see, the two watches on the left are the original two hydro mod I did on that video. They are still working just fine. Looks like both of them are 1 hour behind. That is because we just passed the daylight saving time. Because of this test, I haven't adjusted the time yet. After 40 days, the swordfish on the top is doing minus 0.25 seconds per day, and the other one is doing minus 0.48 seconds per day. Considering this is a very low-end quartz movement, it is keeping very good time. But I have to be very honest with you. I don't know what is the long-term effects on these movements. Might stop in a few weeks, month, or it just keep on ticking. That's why I'm doing this experiment. The third question is, did you try on different watches? Quartz, mechanical, solar, kinetic, eco drive. You can only do this hydro mod on quartz, solar, and eco drive. Eco drive is a type of solar too. The silicone oil will not short out the circuit, but you cannot do this hydro mod on a mechanical watches. The oil resistance is too big for the balance wheel to operate. The watch will stop working. You cannot do this on the kinetic watch as well. The kinetic watch gets charged on a quick short burst rotor spinning action. The oil resistance will drag the rotor so it won't get charged correctly, so the watch will stop working after a while. The fourth question, did you try other oils? Yes. One of my YouTube viewer named Regman, shout out to Regman, found out on a forum. Zen watches used to use silicone oil in their watches, but it made the white hands and loom turns yellow over time. Now they use a 3M product called the Fluorinert. So I got some 3M Fluorinert from eBay to try out. If you want to know more about this chemical, I will link in a video from Apply Science so you can check it out yourself. The fifth question is just simply why? What's the point? What is the benefits? If you didn't understand from my previous video, I will explain again. First of all is look, second is waterproof, and third, it is simply fun to make. As you can see, the oil field watches is on the left. The use of oil gives you a complete legibility no matter above water or underwater in any angles. It is a very fun thing to watch. And because oil is not compressible, oilfield watches can rate up to 5,000 meters water resistance without seriously reinforced casing. The sixth question is, would you sell? Yes, if you are interested, please write me an email. It is contact@darakwatches.com. But since this is all an experiment, there is no warranty on these watches. For the seventh question, how does the oil work in different temperature, hot and cold? If you are referring to you are wearing your watches go to Antarctica or somewhere in the equator, so it's super cold and hot, it's actually not an issue because your watch is always sitting on the wrist and heat up and cool down by your body temperature. And I will address the oil expansion and retraction in the later of this video. The eighth question is pressure test. Will the watch get more water resistant after the oil field? Yes, oil is not compressible, so if you fill the watch with oil, the water resistance will go up. Like the Zen UX I have here in the top right corner, the water resistance is 5,000 meters. The ninth question is, do you need to do this every time when you do a battery change? Yes, you need to do this every time when you do a battery change, so make sure you grab a new battery before you do the mod. Even the Zin watch need to send back to Zin to change the battery. At the same time, they would change the oil as well. The cost is 250 euros. The last question is what the models of the watch is. It is the Casio MDV 106-1AV and the Casio MRW-200H. The black resin one is the MRW-200H. Okay, before we start talking about different oils, I like to talk about another topic, that is the oil expansion and retraction. For the specially designed for oil-filled watches, the Zin watch, they have a special designed caseback. It is a diaphragm and piston system, as you can see. Credit to Watches and Arts YouTube channel. But we are only doing a mod, we cannot get this type of caseback. So I have this great idea. I should use the styrofoam ball as a pressure buffer. So when the oil expands, the air in the styrofoam will get compressed, and when it's depressured, it can expand again. We can almost guarantee the air bubble will not escape the styrofoam ball. It's perfect. But why not just leave a tiny bubble in the glass? Because I don't like bubble in the glass. It looks like I'm doing a sloppy job. Now we just need to make sure the oils doesn't dissolve the styrofoam. So I got some silicone oil and Fluorinert put in the test tube with 10 styrofoam balls in it. After a month, the styrofoam doesn't dissolve or become brittle, so the testing is a success. And as you can see, the Fluorinert is much more runnier than the silicone oil. I even feel it's more runnier than water. It is very interesting. I guess in this case it's worked in our favor because less drag means longer battery life. And maybe this is one of the reasons Zin watches switch their oil to the 3M Fluorinert. And I often see Zin UX owner claim their battery life at somewhere around 5 to 7 years. It's very amazing. So I'm using this brand new Casio. I will use the 3M Fluorinert and the styrofoam pressure buffer method, the HydroMod V2, to modify this watch. As you can see, there is a ton of fun to play with the styrofoam ball. Not. Because the Fluorinert is much more runnier than the silicone oil, so I didn't take apart the whole watch. I have confidence I can make this watch without the bubble in the glass. Unfortunately, due to a database corruption, I lost all the videos after this clip. After I did swap the needle to a thicker side which fit the crown tube perfectly, so I can pull vacuum and force the bubble out. It's very convenient. But if I want to perform this on a stainless steel case watch, I will still stick to the original method, which I already showcased in the first video. This is a slow motion video I took from my iPhone. The left side is the silicone oil, the right side is the 3M Fluorinert. The second hand moved much more freely than the silicone oil. So I guess we don't have a conclusion what the right type of oil to use yet, but at least we know Zin was using the silicone oil, but due to the patina, the yellowing of the white hands and loom, they switched to the Fluorinert. So I think we are on the right track, question mark. It still needs time to really know if the Fluorinert will damage the gear, the movement, or the casing. But except that, I hope I answer all of your questions. If you still have more questions, please leave them below. The next oil field update will be another month or two, so please be patient. I know it's super hard to find a small amount of Fluorinert to buy out there, and also the syringe and all the tools. So I'm also thinking about maybe put together a DIY kit, maybe like 10 milliliters of Fluorinert and some syringe as a DIY kit. If you are interested about this, please write me an email. If you found this video is entertaining and educational, please like the video and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This will help out the channel a lot. There are more videos like this in my channel. Please take your time to watch them all. Thank you for your support. If you have any questions, comment, concern, or you want to order a watch just like this, please write me an email. It is contact@darakwatches.com. This has been Darak from Darak Watches. I'll see you next time. Bye.